Hello everyone, and welcome to Willa Dean's Kitchen. Today we're going to be making bechamel sauce, which is one of the four mother sauces of the French culinary collection. So what we have here is we have some smoked sea salt and some garlic powder. I don't know if you could actually see that in there, but we have that. And we have a little bit of nutmeg and some white pepper in this one here. We have 3 tablespoons of butter here, 3 tablespoons of butter. And we have 3 tablespoons of flour right here, some white flour. And we also have 2 cups of whole milk that we're going to use. Bechamel sauce, some people call it white gravy, but it's the start of a lot of other sauces. So once you get your bechamel made, there are many directions you can go in after that. Okay, so now we have a 1 quart saucepan, which is heating up here on the hot plate. And we're gonna add our 3 tablespoons of butter here. And you can see that start melting. And we're just going to stir this up a little bit. And we're going to add our 3 tablespoons of flour. So we'll just add that in there like this. And as the butter and the flour starts to mix together, this is going to form what we call a roux. And the roux is our thickening agent for our cream sauce. Now the reason why we use butter in the roux is it adds fat to the flour, so when we go to mix it up with our liquid, which is our milk, it won't get all lumpy and we won't get little clumps of flour in there, and it kind of looks like sort of like a small dumpling or something like that. So you let the flour, you mix it in good, and what we want to do is we want to cook off the floury taste or the bland taste of the flour. So it'll start cooking. You can see there's bubbling, and there's different degrees or different levels of roux that you can make. We're making what we call a white roux. So we're just going to cook the flour out for about a minute just to get the taste out. And then we're going to add our liquid. Now you could cook this for up to 15 or 20 minutes where you can get a dark roux. They have a blonde roux that you can use as well. The dark roux is very good for heavy stews and gumbos, which is pretty popular down there in the Louisiana area. So now that our roux has cooked, what we're going to do next is we're going to add our milk. So we're going to slowly add our milk. A little bit at a time. Mix it up, get it nice and mixed in there good. We're going to add some more milk. Mix that in there good. And of course, as the milk heats up good, it's going to start to thicken up from the roux. So we're going to add our remaining milk in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to my whisk here so we can make sure we get all those small bits of flour whisking good. So we're going to let this cook, and it's going to thicken up. And I have some spoons over here that we're going to use for our testing of the thickness of our sauce. Usually you want it to coat the back of a spoon. Now once we get this sauce made, there's several directions we can go here. A lot of people put cheese in their white sauce. And of course you can make macaroni and cheese. You can make broccoli with cheese sauce. You can make you can go Mexican with it. and make a con queso sauce. So you can have some nachos with that as well. So we're just going to let this cook for a while and get nice and thick. And then we're going to go in a couple of directions with this sauce. Okay, so our sauce is getting thick. It's getting, you can see a little steam coming off of the pot here. And I can actually see from looking into the pot that it's gotten quite a bit thicker as it cooked through. So what we're going to do here, we take our spoon and we put it in the sauce. And as you can see, it coats the back of the spoon. We take our finger and we run across there, we can see the sauce on the spoon. Keep stirring this. Got to keep stirring it because you don't want it to burn. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to go to phase 2 of the sauce. Alright, so our sauce is nice and thick now. So the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to add some cheese to this sauce so we can have a nice cheese sauce going here. So we're just going to add these cubes of cheese that I cut it up. I buy my cheese in the blocks. I prefer to get the blocks over the grated cheese in the store. It has a lot more flavor to it, and I just think it tastes better. And of course, then if you don't want grated cheese, you can cut you off some cubes or some slices to use in other recipes. So it's going to take a minute for this cheese to melt into the sauce here. And as you can see, I'm using yellow cheese. And you know, growing up, that's all we had was yellow cheese. So I really didn't know the difference between white and yellow. I just thought yellow was the color of the cheese, and I always thought it tasted better than white cheese. But actually, there is no real difference in the two. As you can see here, I have a pack of Cracker Barrel, extra sharp yellow cheddar, and it's yellow. You can see that in the pack there. And the only difference between, I gotta keep stirring here, the only difference between the Cracker Barrel yellow cheese and this Cracker Barrel Vermont white cheese, I don't know how good you can see that, is food coloring. So the yellow cheese, it's not aged any longer to make it taste better. There's no magic to the yellow color. It's just food coloring. So, you know, I think the reason why they put the yellow in there is for presentation. I mean, everybody loves to see that nice big cheesy yellow glava cheese on their cheeseburger, or that yellowy macaroni and cheese casserole. So I think that's the only difference here. But right now, we have made us a delicious cream sauce, which I'm going to give a taste here. And see how thick that is? How it's clinging to that spoon? That's what you want. You want it nice and thick. And it tastes great. It is ready to be used in other dishes. So we're going to make us a quick macaroni and cheese with this sauce, just to show you how easy it is to go from cream sauce to macaroni and cheese. Okay folks, so what we have here is we have some cooked macaroni that I cooked a little earlier. See in this bowl here, it's ready to go. I have some mustard here that I'm going to add to this. A little bit of mustard here, we're going to add this to the bowl. Small amount of mustard. And then over here I have a little bit of salt and pepper. We're going to add to this. And I have some garlic, granulated garlic, and a little bit of seasoning as well. And then what I like to do when I make macaroni and cheese, I just take a couple of pieces of this cheese here, put that in there. That's going to mix in with that macaroni, make it nice and extra cheesy for you. And then we have our sauce that we just prepared. So we're going to take some of this creamy cheese sauce here, and we're going to pour that right into this. Just like that. And then we're going to start mixing it up. As you can see, mixing there very well. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put this in our prepared pan, which I have over here. So this is just a small dish that I prepared, small baking dish. And we're going to just go right ahead, pour this macaroni right into here. Just like that, get all that cheese sauce out of there. Okay. And then I'm going to take it, we're going to smooth it out here. And now we all know no macaroni and cheese is any good unless it has some nice melted cheese on the top. So I sliced off some cheese. I'm going to add it to the top here. So we can have some nice, creamy, cheesy macaroni and cheese. There we go. So now we're going to place that in the oven. Now there's a couple of ways you can go here. Some people put breadcrumbs on the top to give the macaroni a little bit of a crunchy texture to it. Others don't. Some people put a little olive oil on it to give it that nice, clean, milky texture, that nice shiny look. But what we're going to do today, we're just going to stick this in the oven, and we're going to get the cheese nice and brown and nice and melted. And then I'm going to come back and show you what it all looks like. Okay, look at our beautiful macaroni and cheese. It's got a little brown on the top. Cheese is melting. Macaroni is bubbling. Yes, this is a tasty dish that you can have on your dinner table any night. All you need is about 30, 45 minutes. Get all your ingredients together. Get your macaroni and cheese assembled and in the oven to bake till the cheese gets melty and nice and golden brown. So what we're going to do here is we're going to stick the spoon in here and just see what this looks like here. Yes, creamy and cheesy. That's what you like. That's what you want. Okay, folks, I want to thank you for viewing and have a nice day.